Adaptive Amalgam is a 1-mana 1/2 with a death rattle that shuffles itself back into our deck, and it keeps any enchantments. And it's pretty easy to give it enchantments because it also has all minion types. So we can give it Rush with Absorbent Parasite, we can use Sailboat Captain to give it Wind Fury, and most importantly, with Always a Bigger Jormungandr, any excess damage it deals to minions will be dealt to the opponent's hero instead. So as we're rushing it into their board throughout the game, they are also dying. And it's pretty easy for us to consistently find the Amalgam throughout the game. We've got Bird Watching, which draws a minion from our deck and buffs it. All You Can Eat draws 3 different minion types from our deck. And finally, there's Trusty Fishing Rod, a 3-mana 1/2 weapon that says after we attack with our hero, we summon a 1-drop from our deck. And sometimes that 1-drop is going to be an Amalgam that's like a 10/10 Wind Fury that murders the opponent, which is pretty good. And overall, the deck itself actually felt pretty good. I went 8-4 with it, and it felt really powerful if the opponent didn't have a specific Amalgam counter. Definitely love the Fishing Rod. All You Can Eat is also a very good card. I think I tossed the other two. Alright, got ourselves an Elemental Rogue. I think it doesn't make sense to coin here. Could have coined All You Can Eat, but like, then what? I don't really have anything to do with my Adaptive Amalgam next turn. Maybe I play this on 3 and then turn 4 is Amalgam with Gatekeeper. I think I only draw 2 off this, don't I? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Camouflage Mount might be pretty good. Kinda feels like I'm gonna need Lifesteal on this Amalgam at some point. I can go Snake Weapon to finally kill this Tar Slime. And then I guess probably just drop a couple of bananas on my Amalgam. Oh, Rush. Very good. If this thing lives, maybe I go triple Nana plus Wind Fury on it. And then my opponent's real close to being dead. Alright. Wow, what a breakdance. So, I do want to play Camouflage Mount on this, but also hitting an Ice Trap against that deck is actually pretty sick. Because if you block a bounce on, what's it called? Then like, yeah, that's just less damage. But I guess they do have a couple of these now, so they have some cheap spells to play around this. Maybe it's not that good. Poisonous, nice. Alright, well this thing's up to 11, so if I can land Wind Fury on it, they're just dead. And if they kill it, and I pick up Always a Bigger Jormungandr, I probably could buff it enough to kill them by eating these.
Can you feel the gift of the sun?
They heal and they freeze.
Not on my watch.
So, what does bird watching hit? Couple of big things, a bronze gatekeeper, which could be nice, I guess, just for some more health. Let's go ahead and tracking, see what I can hit off this. Love Always a Bigger Jormungandr. Explosive Trap looks pretty good here, and I did get it. I think it is better than Bait and Switch. I just don't need the stats on my guy. Freeze, huh? I guess I take Bait and Switch. Alright, well, I've seen both Glacial Shards. Frosty Decor. If I pull out the Amalgam... Oh, can they even kill it? Well, I can get it up to 17 with Wind Fury. That's 17. I'm not gonna have lethal, because these are gonna gain armor. Oh, they tank that. Boom, boom. A casual 10 over lethal, and I could have even hero powered.
Versus the Lich King.
Darkness comes on cold winds.
I'll meet my own fortune.
Love the rod. And I do feel like giving the guy rush is the most important, so I'm just going to keep Parasite. Hate to see Gilly. Definitely the worst card in my deck to draw. Good card. Another Parasite is probably not really what I wanted, but not terrible.
Pain doesn't compare to your plague.
I think there's a good chance next turn is just taunt my guy. In this matchup, I do have to be worried about Reska. Maybe I should actually track how cheap Reska is. So far, I think it still costs 20 mana.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
What a fun curve from my opponent. Alright, they do have the kill on my guy. Gilly does really poorly into that. I have already forgotten how big my amalgam is. It's definitely big enough to kill this, though. I think it might only have 8 health. So maybe I'm dropping a gatekeeper on it. Yeah, 6-8. I guess I only need to give it this much health. I want to Wind Fury and kill this thing.
An ocean breeze puts the mind at ease.
So I'm gonna go for the Parasite here. Because, like I said, I'm scared of Reska. So I don't really ever want this thing to be on board. So I want it to have low health so I can trade it off. And the Absorbent Parasite gave it 1 health instead of 5. And then the eventual goal is that my thing is just big enough, I slap always a bigger Jormungandr on it, and I can one-shot the opponent without risking Reska or Yogg or whatever. Okay, cool, sure. There's always a bigger Jormungandr. Cup of Muscle is going to be a good way to buff the crap out of Amalgam so it can one-shot. Do need to actually find the Amalgam, though. I guess it's not hard to find the Amalgam, because I have Bargain Bin that draws Fishing Rod like 95% of the time. This thing doesn't have taunt or anything, it's just a pile of stats. Well, I could very possibly have lethal next turn if I get the weapon out of Bargain Bin. This Unholy Plague, the Undead Peasant from it, is actually maybe bad for the opponent because it makes it hard for them to have a weak board, or for them to not have weak minions on the board. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I do have mana to spend all of that. I can give my thing plus 12 attack, and it already has... I actually don't know how much it already has, but they should be dead here. As long as I don't hit another Frost Plague, which I did, because this game is bad. It's just a bad video game. Nine power on this guy. If I get it up to 12, it's still fine to trade it off. As long as I don't get Divine Shield or... I mean, Reborn is fine. Give me freaking Lifesteal, please. Oh shit, I got Lifesteal. Okay, extremely unlucky into extremely lucky. That's Hearthstone, baby. Like, I was a 12-12, right? So I can get it up to 22, 24. I can get it up to 30 power. So my opponent is mega dead here. Unless I draw 17 fucking Frost Plagues. Alright, I think we're fine. Five, 6, 7. Alright, we're fine on mana here. It's a shame you're not allowed to play minions, you fool. Got ourselves a warrior. None of those cards give me the amalgam.
Let me hear you make some noise!
The second ABJ is definitely overkill, but that's fine. Also, my primary win condition is killing my opponent because they have minions in play. And Warrior could for sure not have minions in play sometimes. So that's kind of scary. Are the Warriors... They probably don't play Yogg, right? Looks like it's pretty much only the Reno Warriors that play Yogg. So, I'm gonna have to figure out which warrior they are at some point. I assume... Actually, does Razorfin Rockstar? That probably leans more toward being Reno, right? Okay, not Reno. So I'm going to not play around anything tragic happening to my amalgam, which is hopefully the right decision. Let's go ahead and give this guy... Actually, let's just hit the opponent as hard as possible here. Maybe I should kill this. Maybe ABJ was better for damage here, actually. Yeah. I was at first thinking, I'll just leave that up, but it gains armor, so leaving it up is stupid, because then they get the heal off the damage that I go face for. So, not only was Jormungandr better on board here, but it also gave me another thing in hand that could be Cup of Muscled if I draw, like, a Ranger Gilly or something that I don't want to land the buffs on. Looks like I'm kind of doing fine, though. This draws nothing until this gets shuffled, but it's still a good card to have because sometimes this gets shuffled. Oh shit, I'm really close to lethal. I think if I had played this last turn, I would have had lethal here. I actually don't know how this card interacts with Divine Shield, but it looks like they don't have a Divine Shield, so it's fine. They're at 16. I think my guy can kill through 16. Oh, get shit on, Ziliax scum.
Look what the cat dragged in. One for the history books.
No keepers here, although Absorbent Parasite is really, really nice to have. Okay, my hand is way better.
Hello, stranger.
That's a bad draw, because I could have drawn it with these. But ultimately, even 3-mana draw Amalgam is fine. Is Fishing Rod or All You Can Eat better next turn? I feel like it's nice to play All You Can Eat while it draws stuff. And then turn 4, we can go Amalgam, Bronze Gatekeeper. If this is an Amanthul deck, this matchup is absolutely terrible. So that's pretty scary. Maybe I can buff this enough that, like, by the time they play Amanthul, I can just let it sit in my deck, and then I can play, like, Parasite, Wind Fury, always a bigger Jormungandr, and just be able to OTK them without Amanthul having a chance.
You've got to be kidding me.
So if I just give this Wind Fury and +3 here, and then trade it off into this, it'll be at 6 power. How easy is it to buff it from there? This is another 2 power. I have another Parasite. I guess I can buff it in hand with Cup of Muscle. Maybe this needs to die. And then, basically, if my opponent ever has 2 minions in play, they die, is the goal. But I don't know how easy this is actually going to be to pull off. This seems like an absolutely atrocious matchup if the opponent plays it properly. This thing has 8 health. Seems pretty unlikely that they would play something I could trade it off into. Birdwatching finds Parasite, which is nice. If I want it. I could also hit Barak. But this is just extra damage on my Amalgam. Since I get to buff it. I think that's good. So for 5 mana, I can play 6, 11, 13 power. Okay. Oh, I actually forgot what the Death Rattle on this card was. So this can buff my Amalgam and my Parasite. But also, it gives me garbage in the hand to avoid Dirty Rat. They've got 25 power in play. I mean, I can play Amalgam and trade it off here. Amalgam, this puts it up to 10 health. That's fine. I Jormungandr it, so it's going to be 13. It's going to deal 8, 8, 16 damage. Could throw in another 4, but that's not really worth it. None of these minions really matter. Oh, wait. I just pull it out and then attack 2 more times. Wait, that's insane. I didn't realize I could attack with it 4 times here. Wait, that's nuts. Gotta find my guy. I did not find my guy. Alright, there's my guy. I could play it with a banana here, but I think I might just want to play it with Parasite next turn. I don't have any cards in my hand that can tutor the Amalgam, so just putting a single banana on it's probably not very valuable. Alright, it is just going to be full Elemental Shaman, it appears. Okay, that's actually a good draw. they kill my guy here, I can weapon and throw a banana on it. And then the time after that, I'll have mana to throw always a bigger Jormungandr on it. That deck probably doesn't play too many spells, but they play that one. I think my guy has 4 attack, right? Yeah. That thing is quite large, but I can make my guy big enough to kill it, right? I don't know if I should play this here. Gilly is not the best buff target, but Gilly's also expensive, so like I have ways to spend mana that aren't Cup of Muscle. Also, even if like this dies and the next turn I draw it with Birdwatching, any individual Cup of Muscle is only going to be 50% to land on this anyway. Like it might just land on Gilly anyway. Probably just Gilly time. I guess I could have played this and then just dropped a Gatekeeper on my Amalgam, but I kind of want to use this to actually draw the Amalgam at some point. Alright, so if I can put Wind Fury on my guy, how much power did it have? Like 9? So I can do 14, 20.
Access denied.
Could have killed the Flame Revenant, but I think my opponent's going to be dead next turn if I don't die. So I don't really care if they buff whatever they play here. Just killed the thing that does more damage.
Hang on! It's a rocky ride!
And it looks like the buff from the Flame Revenant didn't even do anything here. Alright, so I can pull the guy with this. It had 11 power. I give it Wind Fury. It does 10 plus 9. And then I can Hero Power.
Ocean breeze puts the mind at ease.
Got him. I guess I could have slapped this on it too, but exact lethal was nicer.